Second question, he says, is it possible to transfer good deeds to dead people? Isn't there hisab or accountability over when they die? I'm not talking about the ongoing charity. I'm talking about if people cook food and want to reward or want the reward to go to the dead. Is this in the Sunnah? I've always abstained from doing this. We've talked about this a number of times, and we said that the scholars had different point of view. Some of them opened it altogether and said whatever you do of good deeds, you have the permissibility, you have the approval to transfer it to anyone you want. It's like a check that you write and you give it away. So you recite Surah Al-Fatiha, I said, oh Allah, I give the reward to my dead uncle. You pray 2 rak'ahs Tahiyyat al-Masjid and I give this to my cousin, late cousin, and so on. On the far extreme, some scholars said, no, nothing what you do would help the deceased. Because Allah says, وَأَن لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى, that man is rewarded only by what he had presented and done. And this is not of his own doing. And the middle path say that all good deeds that the Sunnah had come with are transferable. So it has to be limited by the deeds that the Prophet ﷺ told us about. So Hajj Badal, Umrat al-Badal, this is acceptable. Whether it's done by a relative or it's done by a total stranger. If he says that this Hajj or this Umrah is on the dead person's behalf, it is accepted. Likewise, charity. Whatever charity you do, you give money to the poor, you feed them, you do this, you do that, it's all valid and it will be accepted, insha'Allah Azza wa Jal. But to pray on their behalf is not permissible. To recite the Quran and give them its reward is not part of the Sunnah, and so on. Also, we have fasting, but there is a technical issue whether any fasting or only obligatory fasting. And those who said obligatory fasting, they are divided whether it's only the nadhr, the vowed fasting, or the fasting in general that is mandatory. And it's an issue of dispute, and Allah Azza wa Jalla knows